Hey, just wanted to give an update on some things. My neck is like, if I and my whole body, like if I hold a position, it's really bad for my joints. Which is true for everybody. Like if you just like grabbed a weight and you just held it out in front of you, that's gonna be harder on your joint than if like you raise it up and lower it and raise it up and lower it for exercise. Doesn't mean you can't do like isometric exercises. It's just that they are technically harder on everyone's joints. But for me, like if I lean forward like this, and just like if I'm cooking or if I'm working on something, like that kills my neck so bad. It starts to burn. I can feel like the bumps along my spine like start to get bigger and very sensitive to touch. Um, like any part where a connective tissue like attaches, like ligaments attach. And it's the same for my elbow, like cause my elbow often like hold my head or like um, push my head to stretch it or something, like constantly applying pressure like in this position, like holding it in this one static position, like right in the notch of my elbow here. Um, or is it, where is it? Yeah, right in there. There's some connective tissue that is part of when you tense up your forearm, and that burns so bad. But like if I, you know, grab something and like squeeze it like that, or if I'm doing curls, there's no pain whatsoever. So I'm trying to strengthen my neck, not by leaning my head forward and holding it, like by doing chores and stuff, but like if I'll do like sets where I'm like lowering my head and like raising it up, which I don't feel any burning. I feel muscle fatigue and stuff like that. Like my muscles will get tired, and I'm like, man, I need to rest after like just like 10 reps of that. I'm like, I need to sit down because my neck's so weak. But at least it's a way for me to exercise my neck where it's burning or it's not burning. And even if you were like, you can't even do that once, like I guess you could support your head and so some of the weight's down, but you're exercising them. And then like when I first started doing that, I was like, I'd start like a couple reps a day because I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna affect me. My neurological symptoms, it's tinnitus, my neck curve, the ligament's gonna tear. Like, it's really scary. My upper cervical spine, because like bending like this, like was totally fucked up. Like I have nightmares about it still. I have PTSD just thinking about it. Like yesterday, like someone messaged me, which is fine, but it's just they messaged me on Facebook and were telling me like they had a hard time, and I was just like, it just reminded me when I was like stuck in bed and like I couldn't move, and I was having panic attacks, and just the anxiety from that, like my neck was tightening up and burning, and I was just like, I can't do anything, like, because my neck's exhausted from like guarding itself. Because I'm so scared of like anything happening, I couldn't help but tense my neck up and like and and my neck couldn't do much. Um, I was like, I had to take like a painkiller, like an opiate. I took like 6 valerian root pills, and I put on some like easy listening jazz. I just got off any kind of social media, and I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here for like 3 hours and just try to relax because it was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, like the exercise is still slow. Like I still do typically if I do an exercise, I don't do it again for 4 days. So like there'll be 3 days in between where I won't do it to give my connective tissue some time to catch up. Because like my muscles are ready to go again like in 2 days, but not my joints. Uh, so yeah. Um, I had a lot of problems like around my C2, C3, C4 area, like C2 transverse process, like leaning forward, and same for like C3, C4. Like if I lean forward, I'm holding it like it just like C3, C4, not the transverse process, just like right along the edge of the spine, and then C2 like out on the wings of the transverse process of C2. Like those points have been very delicate. Like I'll get up in the morning and I can like make breakfast and do a couple dishes. I mean make breakfast, I mean throw some eggs in a pan and just wait. I'm not really doing much. Put on some coffee and then like after that I'm like, oh that's it. I gotta sit down for like 2 hours. Um, if I do anything else, it's like I can't bend, I don't bend my head. I do the stretches, like full range of motion stuff, like head rolls, uh, do like my chin to my chest, like side to side, do like to the side, I'll like hold for 15 seconds, then do the other way and hold for 15 seconds, and I'll do that like 7 times a day and all the stretches and stuff. Which I slowly worked up to over time. I didn't just start, oh, I'm going to do this stretch for 30 seconds without supporting my head and stuff like that. Like it was like, I'll do it for 5 seconds supported, 6 seconds supported. Then when I get to 30 seconds, I'm like, all right, I'll do 25 of the seconds supported and five not. And then 24 of the seconds supported and six not. And like on these are on like separate days where I'm like making these changes. So it's like, really slow, like letting my head get stronger and get used to it. You know, I go for walks, but it's like I go for a walk like every 3 days, every 4 days, typically. And it's getting easier where like if I go for a walk and come back, I don't have to lay down for like the rest of the day and half the next day. It's like I can, by the next day, I'm like, I still feel tired, but I don't feel like this weird tightness around my C1 that's just like that feels wrong and it's burning and I can't move and it's like it's not like bad burning, it's just like sort of like a just feels like tight and it burned a little bit, but not like the ligaments burn, but like the just like the whole like and I could feel the muscles up around C1, C2, like I push on them, they're tight. They feel the same as like if I rub my forearm, it feels the same, so that's the muscle. But it would feel like just this weird tightness where I'm like, and if I moved, it got aggravated. So I was like, oh fuck, I couldn't even sit because it would hurt, and then I'd have to lay down. So that's not as bad. So, um, but still progress is very slow. I can't work. I'm still hoping for disability. I really need disability. Um, I'm also on the exercise bike. I'm up to 7 minutes where it doesn't have a back support for head, so I'm sat straight upright. I'm not leaned forward at all. It's a recumbent stationary bike, and I ride that. But it's like I was like I gotta get my goddamn heart rate up. So I get it up to like 120, 130, and but I started off at 5 minutes because I'm like my legs can do it, my heart can do it, my lungs can do it, but my neck can't do it. So although I'm pretty out of shape. So. And I've also been working on stress management because not being stressed, like trying to keep myself in a constant state of calm or at least not agitation, like really stressed, has really helped my TMJ. Like really, like I don't even feel like my jaw is tight, but it just gets tight. I'm not clenching my jaw like shut, but these muscles are tightening up when I'm stressed. And a lot of other parts of my body, like around the sides of my neck, my traps, my shoulders, they're really getting tight, and my back is and it's not conscious, it just happens. And when I'm mentally, I tried like physically relaxing, focusing, but I found like it's better if I'm mentally relaxed, the rest just happens naturally. So I've been focusing on just, it's hard to relax yourself, but trying to relax. Anytime I get agitated, trying to fight it and just put myself in a relaxed state, talk myself out of it, tell myself it's going to be okay, whatever it takes, just try to get myself relaxed. Um, and I think it's just a thing that you get better at over time. Like if you're always tense, you're always in fight or flight, and you're like, I'm going to try to relax, you can do it for like a minute and then it comes back. But over time, you can put yourself in that relaxed state. You know, it's just like lifting weights. You do it more and more, you get better. So these notches in the side of my head, though, like I get stressed at night. I have nightmares and stuff, and it's like I can't. I'm not in control so much, you know. So I'm trying to talk to a therapist soon, so maybe that'll get rid of the nightmares at night. Cause I have nightmares every night, and I get so tense. I'm like and then like these goddamn things under my SCMs, like they feel like open wounds. I've had them for 6 months. They hurt like a motherfucker. Like if I was like, would I rather have you squeeze my balls or squeeze on this? I'd be like, squeeze my balls, because it's gonna hurt less. Like that's how sensitive they are. Really goddamn sensitive. It hurts so bad. I can feel it throbbing. Oh, it's horrible. And I've been doing more curve correction again. The pillow, which I don't do with any pain. I stop. I just roll up my memory foam pillow because it's chopped up memory foam, so you can shape the pillow. Oh, talking hurts. Let's sit more upright. So yeah, and I'll do that still like 25 minutes, and that helps with the curve. But I stopped because I aggravated my neck, so I stopped doing any curve correction. And and then like after like 2 weeks, that big like wah sound like comes back, and I still hear it like while I'm talking. It'll do that for like 2 seconds and stop for like 30 seconds, and then 2 seconds and stuff. And it's like Jesus Christ, and I can hear it. So it's the neck curve pressure on my all that crap on the back of my head. So, and I'm starting the heavy neck weight again because I'm stronger now, and I'm just starting at 30 seconds 3 times a day. It's 15 pounds, and I'll do that like every 4 days, and like maybe go like 30 seconds to 35 seconds to 40. You know, like slow, slow, slow. Everything I do, every exercise I do in my head, I'm like, it's a piece of cake. I'm not intimidated by it. Oh, it's not. When I start it, it's a piece of cake. It's nothing because I'm so scared of getting hurt. So anyway, that's it.